Today I am replacing the spark plugs in my 2000 Ford F-150. It has the 5.4 liter V8 engine in it. It's actually a little warm. And this truck has has 103,985 miles. As you can see, these spark plugs, and pretty much every spark plug that you'll ever use in vehicles, you have to change them about every 100,000 miles. So what you'll need is an air compressor with something to blow air out, toolkits, and this drive is a 5/8, and this spark plug drive, you can't see down there, but it's got a boot in there, an extension, and then I've got an extension in this box. So your spark plugs are right here. You can see that. The yellow sticker, you got 4 of them on this side of the engine. And then the other 4, which are a little harder to see on this side. And down in there, and then all the way to the back. What we are going to do first is take this cover off, take the intake off, and this bracket down here. This bracket holds on the power steering reservoir, and all you have to do is take these 2 bolts off, these 2, and this one down here, and then this should just kind of lay over, which this really, well, actually I don't think you have to take those 2 off. I'll show you when I have it off. To get this off, there's a bolt here and a bolt back here and a bolt on this side. And I don't think there's any bolts back there. Okay, I'm gonna start getting this off. Okay, so get the cover off. And this triangle mount is off. And it's connected right there, but it's out of the way enough. Remember, disconnect your battery. Disconnect the negative terminal. And so, getting a look at it, one of the spark plugs is right down in there. And that's 1, 2, 3. That's the 3rd one, and the 4th one is way back there. But there's enough flex in these tubes. I think I should be able to get it. And on this side, you've got one there, one here, one there, and the very furthest one's back there. One thing what I might also need is magnet. So I dropped one of the bolts earlier. Okay. So what we need to do now is take off these, in which there is a clip right behind it. There it is. Behind it. Pinch. And you wiggle it out. Hold on. Okay. I got it off. That's what connection looks like. And all it is a little button on the back you push. it comes up. And now to get the ignition coil out, which is this yellow sticker, there's a bolt down there. See if you can see that. Right there. It's not going to focus on it, but it's right there. I believe it's 5/16 maybe. That won't focus, will it? Hold on. Okay, so what I had to do was unplug the injector, just that right there, in order to get to this one. Now, what you have to do is pop this sucker out, if I can get a hold of it. Won't come off. So that sucker was stuck in there. This is the ignition coil, and you always want to check the boot to see if it's bulged anywhere, and it's supposed to be a little bulge at the end because that's where the spark plug goes into. You want to look inside, make sure it's nice and clean, which I have talked to mechanics before, and they've said these things, they've seen them nasty, and 100,000 is really how far you want to push these, but you can go a little bit longer with them as long as you're careful. But you also want to clean out the spark plug hole. Want to blow it out because dirt and oil and stuff like that can't get in here, down around the boot. Okay, so now I've cleaned that hole out. You don't, when you get the spark plug out, don't do anything else. Just leave it alone until you get the spark plug put back in there, because you don't want to blow dirt back into that hole when you get the spark plug cleaned out. Or pulled out, my bad. So, all you do is grab your 5/8 wrench, which will go under this wire. Okay. Oh my Lord. Okay, finally got it out. I had to grab a little bit bigger of a wrench, but there you go. On focus. Focus? Not going to. Anyway, but you probably can see a little bit. It is charred. It's definitely time for new ones. These ones shouldn't break. As long as you do it carefully and slowly, these should not break. Okay? Now, I'll show you which spark plugs I did get. Gotta climb over everything. These. Okay, these are the new spark plugs. They're called E3 spark plugs, diamond fired. Most mechanics will tell you just to get normal motorcraft, and which that's fine. If you get normal motorcraft, suit yourself. So we'll take this one and slowly thread it. I didn't get any anti-seize because sometimes that actually will cause more damage than good, more harm than good. But if you look at them side by side, come on, focus. These spark plugs do have longer threads than these, which is completely fine. Focus. There it is. So these ones have longer threads, and that's perfectly fine. Should be fine, at least, because I was watching a video on how to actually do this, and the guy was comparing all three spark plugs, or three different types of spark plugs, which is these E3, Motorcraft, and an AC Delco, I believe. And all three of the new ones have these longer threads on them. These ones have really short threads on it, and they're 14mm threads, so I mean, they line up fine. Look at that, there's actually rust on that. I just realized that. There's rust on that thing. That's not good. Anyway, you see how short the thread is? And look how long it is on this. These are specifically made for this engine. The problem with these spark plugs was because of how short the threads were, means they're really far away from the cylinder, or really high up on the cylinder, and if these weren't torqued down correctly, they could blow out your engine. These won't. The recommended torque is 20 to 25 foot-pounds, whereas these Ford put in about 15 pounds, which was bad, especially with how short those threads are. Now, push that sucker in there. And these are at an angle. Now you can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay. Make sure you get it in. Get the threads going. And you'll be able to feel the threads cross-threading. I believe we're golden. Keep trying to hand tighten it. At least get it down in there. That's as far as it's letting go. I'm going to take my small one. Okay, and then you want to put some nice and torque on that sucker. If you don't have an actual torque wrench, that's fine. I'm going to go grab a tool real quick and see if we can actually look down in that cylinder. So, this entire side of the engine's done, all new spark plugs, but this boot got stuck in the cylinder, and I had to rip it out. So it's completely destroyed, and so is my glove. But I'll have to go to the store and get a new one of those before I can finish this side. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the other side done, and then put this one in there when I get a new one. Okay, I've got the new boots. Also came with another little coil spring, which, oh, stop sliding. Yeah, they look about the same. I mean, this one's a little bit darker than this one. Now, there we go. Nice tight fit. There we go. Okay. Need our grease. So I've already got electricity hooked up to it. And got one more, and this one will slide into the first cylinder here. If I can get it to slide in. What are you hung up on? Ah, there we go. There it goes. Not that there's anything in the way. Trying to get it to sit on there correctly. Just no problem. Oh, I broke that zip tie. There. Now I wanted to go on there. Shit. Okay, well, these, they don't have to be super tight. Fuel rail's kind of in my way to get this. And I know the video is getting really blurry. I can see just on the screen it's not in focus. It's trying to. Why are you getting tight already? God damn it. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So I have this set now. Put that in there. Then I need to pop my little attachment into this thing. And then I believe it was a quarter. No, that doesn't sound right. I think it was, yeah, 9/32 was it. Oh, there's a, this will go in. Aha. Focus. And I did get that grease put on there already. Yeah, I did. I got it put on there. Okay, there we go. Because I forgot to put that in, so I pulled that sucker back out. There. And now this is in there. I know that was off camera. That was my bad. So there you go. That is how you put the spark plugs in this thing. And now I do want to point out, if I said this already, but the two in the rear I wasn't able to get because of the way the fuel rail is. And so I'm going to talk to an actual mechanic or something like that and actually have them do those two in the rear. So that's that. That's how you change the spark plug on a 2000 Ford F-150 with the 5.4 liter engine. Oh, there you guys go. Well, have a good day.